That's live. That's super cool.
Do it again.
What? I didn't mess up.
No, it was me.
What? There was no volume, there was no mic, was there?
There is now.
All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to an all-new episode of SCNS Live, the Super Cool Nerd Show. Thank you for joining us out there in the Super Cool Nerd Nation for another show of news, nerdistry, serious topics, and, of course, just a bit of libation.
Just a touch.
It's apple juice. Anyway, I am Jason the X. My compatriots on this show are Kat.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to an all-new episode of SCNS. Do we need to keep doing it again?
One more time from Cora, please.
Hey, welcome to an all-new episode of SCNS Live. That's totally how Jason talks.
I get no respect around here. Behind the board on the ones and twos, turning the dials, making us sound good and look great, it's Cass.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome to another episode of SCNS Live.
I mean, we're like less than 5 minutes in and I'm about to drop the first F-bomb of the night.
Hi there. Hi. All right.
Oh, happy to have y'all here and happy Godzilla Day.
What
Yes,
is that?
he doesn't look a day over 75 million years old. But yes, it is Godzilla Day and I couldn't be happier. Y'all know Godzilla and giant monsters and kaiju are pretty much my crack. So, yes. But with that, there will be another announcement later on in the show that I couldn't be happier about. But yes, anybody got like a favorite Godzilla movie?
1998.
1998. Good choice.
Damn it.
Good. To be fair, I haven't seen most of the Godzilla movies. I keep meaning to watch them.
I've seen 2 Godzilla movies, and the one I liked out of that was Shin Godzilla.
Ooh, good choice. I'm more of a Final Wars guy, just because you can get a lot of kaiju in there, and of course, the big G. He is pretty much who I worship. So anyway,
I do also like Pacific Rim for just kaijus and
Oh, yeah.
how dope they are.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I have always professed my love of giant robots and monsters going at it, and Pacific Rim. I mean, we talked about that. I saw that trailer. I was like, I'm done. I don't care. I don't need to know who's in this movie. I don't need any dialogue. Just tell me where to be. That's it.
Speaking of Del Toro, I don't think anyone actually has this as a story, but Cavern of Curiosities came out.
I saw it. Looks so good.
Kat and I have watched the first couple episodes.
Oh.
It's pretty good.
It's really.
Is it?
Becky was watching it, and I came home for lunch, and I saw The Rat.
Yeah.
But I only saw part of it. It is on my list to get to.
Is it
very
nice and
comfortable.
spooky?
It is nice and spooky. There are different kinds, which is really nice. It's not all it's not one note. Different kinds of scares, different kinds of stories, and we only watched the first 2 or 3.
Which 3?
I mean, give me a good anthology of short horror stories. Hell yes. Every day, all day. So yeah, it's on my list to check out. But from what I saw,
That's good.
I'm on that. I'm on that this weekend. But we do got some things to talk about, so let's go ahead and kick this thing off with some super cool nerd news. So, yes, as I said, it is Godzilla Day, and what better way to bring us Godzilla Day than the announcement of a new movie coming next year in 2023. Toho, the company behind that, shared on their Twitter account this image, which I'm kind of wanting to get as a tattoo, I'm going to be quite honest. It just looks great. Takashi, the only news we have so far, Takashi Yamazaki is going to direct the new film, but he, and you'll be happy about this, he helmed Lupin III.
Hey.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and Dragon Quest, your story, which, we're good. This will be his first time stepping into the foray of Godzilla, and I wish him all the best. We haven't had a Godzilla movie since 2016, Shin Godzilla, which was excellent. I kind of want them to continue that route, honestly.
Yeah.
Because we have our King of the Monsters Godzilla here in America, and I'm very happy with that design, and he beat that stupid monkey down. Couldn't be happier. My guy won. all you King Kong fans, suck it. You lost. So, the movie is still entitled. This will make the 37th entry in the Godzilla series. So, yeah. Shin Godzilla, since you brought that up, was very, very visceral.
It was so fun.
Yes.
I got it was a perfect balance of humans and monsters and mystery. And the monster, like seeing Godzilla, like it was worth the wait and the build up to his introduction.
Yes, it was very well done.
It was very satisfying. That's a good word for it. It was very satisfying. I felt very satisfied leaving. Whereas, like, I think I saw the more modern Godzilla from America more recently, the one with Mothra and
Mothra's a gem.
I love
Worship
Mothra.
her here.
Mothra and the three-headed dragon.
King Ghidorah.
King Ghidorah, thank you. That one where Godzilla fought all the monsters.
Well, it's funny you should mention that because on the heels of Godzilla Day, we also did get the announcement that the sequel to King of the Monsters was it King of Monsters? No, it was Godzilla versus King Kong. Is being worked on currently as we speak.
Ooh.
So yeah, about time because two monsters fighting on a big aircraft carrier was awesome to see. That carrier should have broken too.
Just from Godzilla alone.
Like, that's where Neil deGrasse Tyson comes in. Actually, the building of the... Get out, nerd!
Seriously, how are you a nerd and also a bummer? Sorry, I don't like Neil deGrasse
I mean,
Tyson.
no, that's pretty easy, unfortunately. So, yeah. The announcement of 2 new Godzilla movies in the works on this side of the pond, and on the other side, I couldn't be happier. Give me all of the big G, and happy birthday, buddy. What? You can tell I'm excited about this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, we can't tell.
My wife's ringtone for me is Godzilla's roar.
That's great. Also very adorable.
Weird.
The first time she did it, I called and she's laughing, and all the kids are laughing in the background too. She's like, "Because I changed your ringtone to the Godzilla roar," and I was like, "I would be mad about that, but appropriate." So we're good. Anyway, Kat, what have you got for us this evening?
I don't have any monster news. Not really.
I thought you were talking about Blizzard. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So there's that.
Do better.
Seriously, do better. The Overwatch League playoffs are in session right now. In fact, I'm missing Houston versus Dallas, but I'm happy to be here with you guys. Dallas actually has a chance to win it all. They announced this week, though, Aaron Keller, who is the new Jeff Kaplan, but worse, announced that during the grand finals, there will be a first look at the newest character they're planning to reveal. And also, quote, that it is someone the players have seen before. So we're not sure who, but somebody, popular guess is, I think his name is Magua or Magua, who's one of the heavies. You know that, which short was he in? He was in one of the events and was the big, tough Zomnic guy.
Yeah, okay.
But some sort of tank is what we're thinking.
That would be nice.
Could use a new
It'd
one.
be cool to see that guy because he had a whole vibe and then just gone. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, grand finals are going on. It's in the event. It's in the event, the Blackwatch event.
Oh. Okay, I think I know. I'll find it later.
Yeah. So, yes, and a reminder that most of the Overwatch League people are totally separate from the video game.
Yeah.
So, maybe be nice to, hosts and casters and stuff, because all this stuff is not their fault.
It's a paycheck for them.
Yeah.
It's not their fault, and Zoe posted a picture today, actually, of her pumping in one of their green rooms because she just had a baby. So maybe be nice to them.
Yeah.
Oh, and also for you, I guess, wrestling fans out there, Golden Boy is going to host the finale.
Ooh.
I love Golden Boy.
I love Golden
He
Boy.
follows us on Twitter, not to brag.
He follows our extremely dumb
cartoon, badly drawn cartoon thing after.
horrendously drawn of things Overwatch casters say.
Yeah.
It's very cute. I like it though.
I'm
Yep,
glad
so that's
of all
going on.
of the people in my life, I'm glad that you're okay with it. Because
Yeah.
you're an artist. And
Which is kind
we're
of how
not.
it started, incidentally. It's called, the account is at Doa Drawings. Doa has an art degree. And the number of people who asked him if he drew the terrible cartoons that we've tweeted is impressive. And it's how we actually became friends with one of the casters.
See, that's fucking great.
Yeah, he thinks it's hilarious, and he's like, "No, you guys are great," and I'm like, "They're not good we don't think they're good
terrible
drawings." And
drawings.
he laughed, and he's like, "You're drawing and enjoying it, which means you and I do the exact same thing, and I paid a lot of money to only just draw and enjoy it." Anyway, Overwatch League, still fun to watch most of the time.
Let's go fuel.
Yeah.
Burn blue.
Yeah.
Burn blue.
All right, Cor.
All right, I got some monsters.
Okay.
Monsters we expect every single year
Okay.
from The Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors.
Yeah.
If anyone thought that I was going to skip talking about this, you're wrong. And it's not even because I'm a huge Simpsons stan or anything like that. It's literally because they made Death Note parody.
Good
They made a
Lord.
Death Note parody called Death Tome, and I can't hate it. I really can't. It was really good.
Incredible.
So
Showing here.
So, obviously from the picture, you could see fantastic already. Lisa finds the Death Tome. She writes someone's name down in it. She gets the thrill of the kill, realizing she is a good person, a hero, for killing a bad person. And from then on, basically does a condensed version of Death Note in this skit. And it's beautifully done. Actually, the animation studio, the animation studio that worked on it, is DR Movie. It's a South Korean animation studio. They worked on Death Note 2006.
Oh, jeez.
So they had them working with them. The creator has already given their blessing on it, like, no, this is great. It's perfect.
That's awesome.
They tweaked some of the rules for the Death Note, but like, that's fine.
Don't.
Oh, for the comparing the Death Note rules to the Death Tome rules, they changed some of them, but whatever. It's very great. If you have the time and you don't want to watch the whole of Treehouse of Horrors, because it was kind of, like every year, it's kind of hit and miss. Death Tome is worth it, and you should watch that one if you can find it. As far as I know, you can only really watch it where you can watch The Simpsons. Because I tried on YouTube to find just the clip to. Yeah,
Oh, you messing with Disney's money. You ain't getting that.
yeah, I know. Oh, trust me, I know.
It is Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Speaking of Disney Plus,
But,
Andor has been fantastic.
Has it? It starts slow, and I hear good things that it picks up.
Speaking of another series. So
Yeah.
while I'm over there, though, I am going to look for this. I've seen clips
Yeah.
so far,
If
and it's made me want to watch it.
Yeah, the clips that you can find on YouTube, because there are clips, are actually really good. I was impressed. It's really weird to hear
Yes!
these characters' voices coming out of anime characters.
Yes, it is.
But drunk Homer Simpson coming out of an anime Homer Simpson, chef kiss.
Also, Marge is way too hot.
No, Marge is perfect. Marge is perfect hot.
They waifu'd Marge.
They had to.
I don't know why you think Marge isn't hot.
Yeah.
I do.
Sorry,
Regular,
I have to transition over to Cat's face.
regular Marge?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I mean, I
She's
guess
got-
shout out for curls,
Okay, hold
but
on,
that's
hold on,
about
hold
it.
on, hold on. She's got blue hair. That means you're hot.
Yeah, exactly.
is
That
not
was
an
our
immediate
hope,
qualifier.
wasn't it?
I think the 3 people with blue hair in this room beg to differ.
Anyway.
Anyways, point is, if you get the chance, go and watch it. There's a lot of Easter eggs hidden with. I don't know if it's just hidden within Treehouse of Horrors in general, but of course in the Death Tome as well. Little fun Easter eggs. See if you can find them all.
Cool. Yeah, I got a lot of TV to catch up on this weekend.
Yeah.
I got a PS5 though. I got time. So.
Boo.
Hey,
Yeah.
rude.
Boo.
You got a story for us there, Booer?
Do I have a story? I think that I do. Okay, this I still don't understand how you do this. How you do a story, but also while doing stuff. Okay,
It's very difficult.
it's very difficult. So
Everyone has a new appreciation of Jason.
Henry Cavill
Oh.
recently announced that he was leaving The Witcher and being replaced by Liam Hemsworth, who is a fine actor. Then people, including us, started thinking about the fact that we've heard that the writers don't like the books, and it might not be that he's leaving to do Superman, which is what he claimed in his Instagram post, and maybe it had something more to do with the fact that they are not staying true to the source material.
And he can quote it like the
and
Bible.
He can quote it, and he corrects people on set. Here's a quick, just so you can see him, like we all want to. So there has been a petition on change.org
No, not change.org.
that says last I saw it had 56,000 signatures, and I think it's been up for less than a day, to keep Henry Cavill and just replace all the writers on The Witcher. And it just yes, please, yes, do that, because Henry Cavill is, as Geralt, is some of the best casting I've seen in a very long time. It rivals, especially like early Marvel, like Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man and Steve Rogers as Captain America. That's not his name. Chris Evans.
I mean, that's proof.
Steve Rogers got cast to play Captain America. So
That is kind of what happened,
it is
though, right?
almost exactly what happened. And so, like, please, if there is this nonsense going on behind the scenes, please, keep Henry Cavill. Fire almost anybody else that you want to. Please just keep Henry Cavill.
Normally, that kind of talk makes me nervous and upset as somebody who's like, you know, like more often in the crew than in front of the camera and star power and all that. But in this specific case, Henry Cavill was constantly correcting the writers and not like correcting, but being like, what if he said this instead because it says this? He can quote the books off the top of his head. He understands Geralt better than the writers do, clearly. And in this specific case, yeah, get rid of the ones who are like, we're gonna do our own thing and not go with the beloved, extremely famous source material with millions of dedicated fans.
Yeah. It's just...
That's how you get Game of Thrones
It's just
season 8.
ridiculous. Please keep Henry Cavill.
And sign the petition, which I just did. But if you're having trouble finding that petition, you can always go to our Facebook page, SCNS Live, and that petition is there for you to sign. To quote the famous basketball player Michael Jordan, fuck them kids.
Okay.
Also, come on.
Oh, stunning.
You're a writer on this show, and you just realize that your job could possibly be in danger. Do you just go home and cry? Because you've been you have been corrected many times by Henry Cavill already. You probably hate your job. You know what? I will write for this show. As long as I can build computers
Same.
with Henry Cavill.
Yeah. I could just look at him.
Because Henry, now a lot of people, like you said, they thought he was leaving for Superman, but he said he would do both.
Exactly. And what was it? It was like less than a year ago that he said he wanted to do it for like 7-9 seasons. And so I really think
You don't understand the ground we could have covered with that kind of time.
I really think that he just didn't like where it was going. And
Yeah.
I'm on his side.
Also, is that not the nerdiest thing to do?
Seriously.
How much money do you think they were paying Cavill for to be in this series? And he was like, guys, this really isn't true to the character. I can't be part of this anymore. That is so nerdy.
And this is coming from, like, some of us, me, weren't a fan of him being cast because we thought he wasn't nerdy enough. Like, he didn't look Like,
Yeah.
I've seen Matt Mercer cosplay Geralt, and that's what he looked like in my head. And so this big, like, buff, traditional hottie, whatever, I was like, no, I don't like it. And then he just nailed every single thing about the character. And his publicist put out some of his nerdier moments
this
to
guy
help us
built
understand.
a computer.
Yeah.
Hey, this guy plays Warhammer.
Has played through all the games multiple times and can speak to any aspect of the lore. Like, he's perfect.
How do you let that guy go?
Yeah.
I mean, I was happy Henry Cavill was cast from the beginning because he's hot.
He's so pretty and with silver hair, like.
I hope these people find jobs somewhere,
Yeah.
Yeah.
just not here.
Because you're about to get
You ain't
fired.
got to go home, but you can't stay here.
The writers are realizing, you know what? Maybe fighting with Henry Cavill wasn't such a bad idea because I had a steady job.
Exactly.
Also, I think 58,000 signatures, right? Yeah, 58,500 signatures right
So we
now.
got over 2,000 in the last
Hour and a
hour.
half.
At
Yeah.
75,000, it becomes one of the top sign on change.org.
Exactly.
Everyone, you have your mission.
When did this go up again?
Go.
I think it went up yesterday.
Oh my god.
There are writers somewhere just eating Funyuns and crying in the fetal position in their studio apartment.
And writers are great. If you want to write original content, write original content, but don't write it on a show that has content.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Look me in the eye. It went up 7 hours ago.
Netflix, listen to us. You were doing just fine. Just go back to the way
You
things
need
were.
to do the old, like, sackcloth and ashes and crawl to Henry Cavill's feet and beg him.
Just bring him some Warhammer stuff. He'll be like, all right.
Bring him a little gift basket.
If he left because of this reason, yeah, a gift, go of what, Warhammer? What else are we going to throw in here? New video card, maybe?
Brand new video cards, some Warhammer minis.
No, you need to be making deals with, like, NVIDIA for early
Yeah.
access.
A Superman Kigurumi, you
Yeah,
know?
little Superman.
Make him a playtester for the next Witcher game. Like,
Which we know is coming out.
Give him one of the Witcher swords. He'll probably be like, I already took like 5 of those.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like Chris Hemsworth, who took like 5 Thor hammers and one of them's in the bathroom.
I love Robert Downey Jr. just like admitting sometimes things go missing. What?
He took the A from the Avengers Tower.
Mhm.
He took the A.
I mean, like,
You know
Viggo
what?
Mortensen took the horse.
That is true.
And so did Sophie Turner,
All
I
right.
think. Like,
I mean,
she took her dog.
Viggo Mortensen
Yeah.
like had such a bond with that horse. It would have been more animal cruelty to take the
took-
horse away.
He bought his horse, but he also bought Arwen's stunt double's horse because she connected with it.
And he wanted her to have it, and it was
See,
cute.
purchasing the horse and stealing the horse are two different things.
Okay, Ryan Reynolds has all the Deadpool
Oh, yeah.
costumes.
All of it.
I think the costume department is just like, we already know he's gonna take it.
Ask him to
Yes.
bring it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And they were like, we'll give it back to you, we just need a remake. We need it. It's the prototype.
We have to do the movie, Ryan. Alright, moving on. Please keep Henry Cavill.
Okay.
That's my story.
Well, speaking of some casting news, Marvel still got to crank out those television shows, and we got our announcement for the latest one. We're going to be getting a Wonder Man series. Yes, Simon Williams, the slightly well-known Avenger, because, I mean, honestly, he's not my favorite character.
I've never heard of this character.
He's kind of a douchey dude, bro, stuntman, actor guy who's also an Avenger who is powered through ionized energy. Okay, fine. Let's go ahead and add him to the Avengers. How do we make this better? Oh, for me, you make him black. So,
Make him handsome, too.
Yahya
showing
Abdul
now.
Mateen, who we have seen play Black Manta, Dr. Manhattan, and also in the recent Candyman,
He's
which
got
he
a voice.
killed. Oh, he
Yeah,
killed
yeah.
at this. Is in talks. Now, I hear in talks, but also I hear that it's a solid thing. So I'd like to just go ahead and say, with our limited voice on the internet, make this happen.
Please.
This guy can absolutely bring some sort of, okay, now I want to say depth he's going to bring to this character. Simon Williams is a goofball. It depends on what version you're going with. but I think he can do it because what was one of the things I liked about Black Manta? He kind of had a little bit of a goofiness to Black Manta, especially when he like almost blew his head off working on the armor, and I can see that in a Simon Williams character. Simon Williams has also been around the Marvel Universe since 1964, so this character has been around for a while, and I'm surprised that like not a lot of people know about him. All I can say is just look up Simon Williams in the 80s, and you will see the worst jacket that you could have ever put on a superhero right there. It's really...
That's a lofty claim.
Really bad.
So is there a change.org petition I can sign to make sure this
We
happens?
always just start that one up. But curious, one of the best depictions I did see of him was... And bear with me. In Avengers Mightiest Heroes, he was a scientist who... He thought Tony Stark was buying him out, but Tony was actually going to help him, and he accidentally over-ionized himself and gave himself powers, which kind of cool, but does the Marvel Universe have too many scientists and too many people that are smart?
Yes.
I think so. Let's go with the actor, goofy stuntman guy.
I like that.
I want the down-on-his-luck actor doing stuntman roles because he is invulnerable and can basically crash cars and motorcycles and everything. This is his lot in life.
That's a lot more fun.
Trying to get gigs. I mean, we've seen what they can do, what Marvel can do with the She-Hulk series, making it a true comedy series, which also found that figure today. It's fantastic. Yes, Cora has put her over by a weight bench, which is appropriate. Anyway, so
I
yeah,
love that outfit.
I like this casting. I think he will be a perfect choice because we've seen a wide range of roles from him.
Yeah.
He could nail it. I'd love to see him do some comedy, though. He has that kind of like, he can emote very well with his face. Mm-hmm. So I think that's why I'd
what we
want
call acting.
Well,
Yeah.
I want him. I want this guy as Simon Williams. So yeah, no announcements yet. They've got plenty more series that they are filming and movies they are working on right now. Everything is a constant deluge with Marvel and Disney right now. So
Can I go on a quick rant? Do I have your permission?
go
Jason?
right ahead.
Dear Marvel, please, if you could do one thing for me, please make this character okay with being a superhero and maybe not as cynical. She-Hulk not wanting to be a hero and She-Hulk being like really mean to like her cousin who's been through all this trauma and she didn't want to be a superhero and like it felt, I don't know, like I like superheroes. I like superheroes. And having it feel a little bit stupid kind of, I don't know, it's kind of a bummer.
I'd like to see him auditioning for not only the acting, but to be a superhero as well. And also it's a way to get Cora's boy back into the Marvel Cinematic Universe as the leader of the West Coast Avengers.
Ooh.
He's going to be in Hollywood. And Hawkeye led the West Coast Avengers. Look at Cora's brain has just broken at the thought of the West Coast Avengers being a thing. Yes, though. And Hawkeye leading them. Make it happen, Marvel. You're welcome. Please give me money. Kat, moving on to you.
Speaking of video games, I guess, just a small reminder that God of War comes out on Wednesday. It's gonna be dope. I shamelessly manipulated my little brother into making my other little brother's bachelor party partially about God of War so we could play it. And also told him he has to invite Cass because in our family, watching each other play God of War and making fun of one another for being bad at it is a tradition.
I do not like this. My wife does that.
There's one specific joke.
God of War is very lofty. Maybe like soldier. Have you tried being a god of farming? You could achieve godhood, or you could be like a grunt soldier, but maybe both. Like
You've heard that god of arts and crafts.
You've heard that thing about hammering your sword into a
I feel
plowshare
this
or
pain.
something. Like, try that maybe.
I want to be a fly on the wall for this.
This has
It
been
gets
going
brutal.
on since the first God of War in like 2004.
Which I've been playing through with PlayStation Premium. I just got
beautiful.
the
It's super
Artemis's
blocky.
sword.
I'm
and
telling you,
big purple boy.
I love my wife, but I hate her when she is sitting in the chair watching me die over and over again against the Valkyrie Queen.
Yeah.
Oh,
She got you
dude.
again.
Nobody did that during the Valkyrie Queen too much except for themselves because she's so hard.
My wife has no mercy.
There was a rule that we had to set up that you were allowed to laugh the first time somebody did something stupid and got hit, but you were not allowed to laugh when they died if they already seemed really bad about it.
No, that's
I mean,
fair.
You weren't allowed to laugh out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There was no positive reinforcement when I kept losing over and over again to that harpy heifer.
Well, I mean, I have heard a really good tip to fight her, though. It's just to not die.
Did you try not
Hold me
to?
back.
It took me a full month to beat her because every time I got like mad, I'd like platinumed the rest of the game. And I will not play a video game if I'm not enjoying it because it's just a hobby.
Yeah.
So I would play it until I got sick of dying over and over and then quit. So some days I wouldn't play it all, other days it'd be 20 minutes, but it took a full month. And when I finally did, I was like,
I gotta say, it felt like Groundhog Day. Because every day I got up and she was fighting.
At that
Today's
point,
an animal beat her
the
ass.
Valkyrie.
we actually
Same
wrote
fight.
a whole sketch about it,
Yeah.
but like, yeah, like every single day when she got up, I'd be sitting in my pajamas on the couch, getting my ass beat by
Castle
Sigrun.
in your lap.
Well, beside me.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, comes out Wednesday, has a whopping, I think, 110 gigs on the PS4, and thanks to the PS5's compression, is only 89, but apparently if you pre-ordered it, it's starting to download like you won't be able to launch it, but yeah, I gotta tell Kurt to do that. So it comes out Wednesday, it's gonna be dope.
Yep.
Cora was telling me the scores are good.
Yeah, so the Metacritic score alone is 94, which is impressive to me for Metacritic because they hate fun. All other scores have been 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10. So, like, I think it's going to be an okay game.
Why
You know?
is it $70?
It's a game. It's a full game. Did you hear how many gigs are in it?
I mean, yeah, it's the standard price for day one.
It's like 100 hours of entertainment if you 100% it. Like it's so much game. It's such a rich story. And
I mean, I have spent a full 200 hours.
Just bought it through the PS app.
Oh, that was really sweet of you. How are you going to transfer it to me?
Let's see. Thank you for your purchase, Jason the X.
I gotta pay for
Start
wedding
downloading.
stuff.
Okay. Oh.
Liking your PS5, buddy?
this is good.
So far,
content.
loving it. I mean, this is what I got it. This is really what I wanted it for right here because I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to play.
Oh, I was playing on the PS4, but I'll be playing. Anyway, moving on.
Cora, hit us.
Hi. All right, so a little anime movie came out a few years ago called Your Name. If you are an anime fan and you have not heard about Your Name, you have literally not been paying attention. It was a smash hit when it came out. The basis for the story is you have two characters. I cannot remember their names, but you have a girl living in a rural town working at a shrine, and you have a boy that lives in Tokyo. And they start switching bodies. Every now and then they start writing notes to each other, and then they start realizing that they like each other maybe, and they want to meet. Like the bottom line is they want to meet this person that keeps inhabiting their body. And it's a really cute comedy. And you find out that not just like distance separates them, but time as well. And it's really like deep and fascinating, and it's really cute, and I cried like a baby. Well, there's going to be a live action for it. We already knew this, and I was already not very keen on it because I didn't feel like it needed it. Sometimes a live action version of an anime can be okay, but sometimes it's not needed. But we are going to be getting a live action for Your Name. We were going to have director Lee Isaac Chung, but he has left the project due to conflicting schedules. So instead, our director has been announced to be Carlos Lopez Estrada. And if that name sounds familiar, he is the director for Raya and the Last Dragon.
Oh.
Yes. So he will not only be directing, but he will be doing some of the writing for it as well. At the behest of the creator of Your Name, this story will not follow the same exact storyline as the one from the anime. Instead, it will be more for a Western audience instead of a Japanese audience.
But it was requested.
Yeah, it was requested, and that's why I'm not going to, scold it. But also, I feel like that's the right choice, because it's going to be a movie in English made in Hollywood. I don't trust them to do justice to Japanese culture. I mean, full offense on that. Full offense on that.
Why? Oh,
she's not
just
out of
every
line, and she's not wrong.
Everyone.
I don't trust Hollywood with, any culture. I barely trust them with American culture.
Just American culture?
But it will be interesting to see what they come up with. I'm willing to give it a shot, though I am kind of iffy.
When is it
Cautiously
coming
skeptical.
out?
We don't know. They don't even have a script yet. So no dates at all. Probably not even until 2020. I'm going to say 2024 or 25 at the earliest.
I mean, this is a cash in. This movie was massively successful. So
Mia alone saw it 3 times in theaters. Twice with me, once alone. Actually, she may have seen it more. Who knows?
But it played to an audience that already was anticipating this, and as far as that version, I can understand we can adapt this. It's kind of like when they did The Office, but in the States.
Yeah. So I want to further just talk about how popular this movie was when it was released here. Every single showing that I was a part of and that Mia was a part of as well were sold out. They sold out every showing they had, which is unheard of usually for an anime movie that's not like Princess Mononoke or like a Miyazaki movie.
But also, that hype was definitely word of mouth. That was not getting big commercials and everything across. That was getting very limited market release. So all of that was word of mouth, anticipation, and people that knew the product. So you would... Morbius would have loved to have that.
Yeah, but exactly.
Hey, Morbius had press.
Bad. Anyway.
Yeah.
That's impressive, though, because that's everybody going, yo, you got to see this movie.
Exactly.
And repeat visits.
Yeah, lots of repeat visits. Promare is the only other movie I've seen that's not Miyazaki that has had a similar turnout, and even they didn't sell out all their shows. So... And these also were not the dubbed showings. I have no idea what the dubbed showings were because I only saw the subtitled ones. And they were sold out. Those don't usually sell out because when people go to watch a movie, even if they like sub versus dub, they want to watch it dubbed first so they can enjoy the full movie.
Yeah. Every theater out there wishes they could have had the kind of hype that movie had just from people talking about it.
Yeah, because that was just Twitter, Tumblr, and your friends.
But hey, they're gonna try to get that money.
They are, and like I said, I am willing to give it a shot. I'll wait and see what the trailer brings to us. And if they cast 2 people that I don't like, if they cast 2 unlikable characters or they write these characters unlikable, I'm not gonna watch it. Honestly, I think they should get, ironically, actors we don't know the names of, new actors. I think. Because I just feel like that would work better because you're not focused on Zendaya. You're focused on the character they're bringing.
Yeah, it
That's
feels
fair.
appropriate for this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Much love to Zendaya. She's
Yeah.
a queen and I love her, but
if you get cast Zendaya, I will still support you. But
But from afar.
yeah. Anyway, that's all I had for that.
I'm curious. We'll see when it comes out. I hate when they do cash grabs. Anyway, Cass.
Yes, hello.
I'm almost surprised at nothing. But go ahead.
It's there was one that we kind of shared. Am I allowed?
there was no sharing of this story when I put it in there. I knew that this story was being taken by somebody. I just put it in there for some.
two of us.
Yes, someone was going to pick this up like $100 on the floor.
So, I breathed a sigh of relief last night when it was announced that Sandman got a second season.
Whoop!
Yay!
Finally got renewed. It took way too long.
Like why? Like why?
Like, way too long. That's it. Sandman got a second season. We have an opportunity for so many stories. So many stories. I will tell people that don't know the comics as much. This is where it gets weird.
What now?
And
No, just kidding. No,
if you were expecting it to get less weird, no. This is where it gets weird. What you've seen ain't nothing compared to the
I have enjoyed.
bonkers shit that's about to happen.
I have enjoyed the subtle changes that have been made. Like, no complaints.
I have two. Constantine as a woman was interesting.
Yeah,
but also I'm severely biased because it was Jen Coleman.
Exactly.
And there's been a couple stuff like that, gender changes. There was one interesting thing that happened is that in the original comics, Desire is written as gender fluid because we did not have the term non-binary. And so basically when people were like, well, Desire, what is up with that? He's like, oh yeah, no, we straight up didn't have the term. It was the 90s.
And what is that actor's name?
Mason
Yes.
Yeah, they are.
I love that they got the audition by being like, hey, I'm right here if you want to consider me.
Yeah.
And Neil was like, okay.
Even before the show came out, Neil Gaiman had tweeted that if, like, he'd written Sandman, but now that it would be a non-binary character. Cass and I saw Mason at a panel with Tom Sturridge a couple weeks ago. His first panel ever. He'd never done a con before.
They liked my tweet when I was like, welcome to Dallas.
He's charming, and I love
Tom's
him.
amazing.
I almost cried just when he was talking.
It was interesting because you always hope that an actor has a dedication like Henry Cavill does to The Witcher, and that is the dedication that Tom has to Morpheus. And that's something that was extremely apparent at the panel.
He said he started, as part of his process, he started looking for Morpheus in his dreams. And I just thought that was the coolest, most, like, meta, like, most interesting approach I've ever heard. Like, I loved it. I love him.
Tom.
Okay.
I couldn't be happier.
He
I
was-
couldn't be happier with Tom.
He was born to play Morpheus.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't be happier.
Yeah, that's a once-in-a-lifetime casting.
I couldn't be happier. Well, I say I couldn't be happier with Death. There's only one person that I would have...
I wanted more of her, that's about it. But,
Well, there's only one person that I would have liked to be cast more than Kirby. It was me. I would have played Death. But if it's not me... No, Kirby is absolutely amazing. Kirby Howell-Baptiste. She's absolutely lovely, and
It made us
Oh.
cry through the whole
cried through
episode.
the whole episode multiple times.
I remember we announced the casting on the show, and like nobody had any notes. We were just like, cool. Gwendolyn Christie, bring more.
Absolutely.
Thank you, please.
Tom Sturridge, dope.
Yep.
And now, having seen it, no
No
notes.
notes.
Nope. Couldn't have been happier.
0 notes.
You
Now,
knew
cool.
it. You did it right.
You were making the mention that one reason that they hadn't announced it yet is because how fans had watched it.
Yes, so this is something that Neil had tweeted about before because fans had been questioning it. And it's something with the YouTube, wrong algorithm.
No, that's the one we have to deal with.
Yeah, this one we have to fight with constantly. No,
Please like this video.
Smash that like and subscribe.
no. So the way Netflix's algorithm works is essentially they're trying to see what you're binging, not what you're watching. So when a show is released on, like, the first week it's released, they're looking at the binging. They're looking at how many people watched it from beginning to end in that week. Not people that would watch a couple of episodes, take that time to let that sink in and then come back to it and all of that. Which with with Sandman, he didn't. By the way, he did not blame the fans for doing that. He said that is the correct call with Sandman is to watch maybe 1 or 2 episodes and then take a minute, because the episodes are weird and heavy, and that's a lot to process.
And that was me on like several of them. After like the episode, I don't want to jump right into another one. I need to process this one I just watched first.
Yeah, exactly.
And I have no, complaints about how I watched it. That's exactly, I mean, at least 5, I mean, yeah, there's always that need. I gotta watch. But there'll be times, as soon as the credits roll.
It's the right call. It is like basically Netflix looks at binging the way that like there's a long kind of in this industry a little bit. We look at a metric called engagement, and engagement is like how many minutes you watch after you start watching, and within a video it's a very predictive measurement of how much people like your stuff. They're trying to do the same thing on like a season basis. And I understand why, but you can't really judge Sandman for that.
Yeah.
It's harder to gauge if somebody loves a series if they leave it and come back. Did they really want to watch the next episode, or did they default to it? And this one's very much the latter, but it was harder to see.
Yeah. But Neil has known about it for a couple of weeks. Someone asked him if he had known about it and if it was hard to keep it from the fans. He said, yeah, I knew about it weeks ago, and no, it was not hard, because he likes to surprise us.
He is
He
one
said
of
that
the...
on Tumblr.
Did he say it on Tumblr? I saw it on Twitter as well.
Also, everyone re-up your Tumblr accounts.
Do you have a Tumblr?
No, my Tumblr is not able to be accessed anymore because they changed my password and won't let me reset it.
Absolutely
Mine is.
garbage.
I think I technically have one.
Neil is extremely active on Tumblr, and it is hilarious.
But also on Twitter. Like,
Yeah.
Also,
he's out there.
Recently announced the guidelines on Tumblr have changed. Please go back.
Nudity is back allowed.
Yeah.
Also, Twitter is a dumpster
Fill my
fire.
plate up. Thank you.
Actually, they recounted the Tumblr recounted the nudities allowed thing.
No, but then they
re-released
Oh, they
it,
re-re?
yes.
Oh my goodness, this is...
But speaking of Twitter being a trash fire...
I need a long sip. Okay, so Elon Musk bought Twitter. We know this, right? And I don't know if anybody thought it was a good idea
This is not working.
besides Elon Musk. So, he and Stephen King have already started having beef. He put out a tweet that said something about, like, oh, we're going to have to start charging for the blue check mark, right? What did he say?
The first thing he said was, if you want to keep your verified status, it's going to be $20 a month. To which Stephen King said, go kick rocks.
Yeah. He said,
Here's a photo illustration of a moron.
yeah. And then it said, Stephen King said, $20 a month to keep my blue check. Fuck that. They should pay me. If that gets instituted, I'm gone like Enron. And Elon Musk responded, we need to pay the bills somehow. Twitter cannot rely entirely on advertisers. How about $8? And Stephen King didn't reply until yesterday. $8 was confirmed as something they're trying to roll out. Then Stephen King tweeted. He said, kudos to Elon Musk, who's begun a revolution in how the world drives and has incredible visionary talents. I got an early Tesla and traded for another one. Wonderful cars. No autopilot for me, thanks. That said, when it comes to Twitter, Musk makes me think of Tom Sawyer, who's given the job of painting a fence as punishment. Tom cons his friends into doing the chore for him and getting them to pay for the privilege. That's what Musk wants to do with Twitter. No, no, no. That was Stephen King's response, but then something amazing happened. So we also know that Musk has fired a bunch of people, right?
Yeah.
I call him hair plug Thomas Edison.
Yeah, he doesn't deserve... Anyway, a recent climate scientist David Ho tweeted, Twitter laid me off today. If you know of any open positions for project managers or senior software engineers, let me know. I was in charge of the feature that made sure every time you tweeted about climate change, you were served a fossil fuel ad. people thought this was funny. And immediately started saying similar things. These are not actual Twitter employees, but it's incredible. Twitter laid me off today. If you know of any open positions for project managers, senior software engineers, let me know. I was in charge of the feature that made sure you tweeted ban cars, you were served a car ad. Twitter laid me off, blah, blah. I was the PM in charge of the feature where whenever you mute someone, it shows you every time someone quotes them. I was in charge of the feature that only let you schedule drafts from the mobile site, not the app. I was the PM in charge of the feature where every group DM has that one guy who sends every one of his tweets. I was in charge of the feature where you see the same irrelevant ad for a movie you'd never want to see over and over and over again.
I was in charge of the edit feature never being released.
I also innovated the product that switched your timeline from chronological to algorithm. And it just continues. More and more people are like, yeah, I was the one in charge of that, just calling out all of the annoying features. And Musk's troubles aren't even over there because conservatives have started canceling him for talking to the ACLU and stuff.
So Twitter is a rancid hellscape and barely made money. They made money from advertisers and they had a lot of cash on hand until they found a sucker to pay $44 billion for this. Those people said, I want out of this hellhole. And I have a sucker on the line right now, and I can make $44 billion. Now, the thought of Elon Musk running a social media site when he has no experience whatsoever kind of told advertisers that, I'm getting the hell out of here. Also, his actions are completely erratic right now. I'm sorry. He doesn't know how to run a social media site. And people are like, he should do this, he should do this. Everybody shut up and let Elon run this thing. I want no one to tell him anything, and I want to watch the world burn.
I want to remind you that Tumblr was bought for $3 billion and
by Yahoo.
By Yahoo and sold for $1 million.
Yeah, I plan to be able.
It happened with Twitter.
I plan to be able to buy Twitter once all this is said and done. It's gonna be me.
We're gonna buy it with the revenue from this show.
Not,
it's gonna be $7.
Not only will you be getting banned if I don't like you, there will be a gif of me just going. Automatically put into your mailbox right there.
Elon also tweeted a meme from like 2006 about how millennials like buying coffee, but they don't want to buy my blue check mark.
It's like, pick a struggle bus,
buddy.
And also a possible investigation into who gave him some of the resource money to make this purchase. This is blowing up in Elon's face, and I am here for it.
Let's also not forget that Tesla's stock after the sale went through just plummeted.
Yeah. Everybody's like, I'm leaving Twitter. I am not leaving Twitter. I'm staying. I have to watch this. I don't even want to go follow Hairplug Thomas Edison, but...
There is exactly one good thing about late-stage capitalism, and it is watching billionaires do really stupid shit.
You know what, pisses me off on a basic level about the blue checkmark thing? That verification is important. It's important to know that this is the official account. This is a real thing. This is how, this is people saying their thoughts on Twitter is firsthand. So the blue checkmark to know that who you think said that is the person who said that is super important, and charging for it is bonkers.
So,
would you... Oh, go on.
I'm still going to need to verify who I am, even if I bought the check mark, because I can already think of a couple people I would like to impersonate.
That's the other question, is can you buy a blue check mark for, official Wendy's, but not official Wendy's? Can I buy a blue check mark?
Can I misspell official Wendy's, but buy the blue check mark and still be considered official?
Are you going to spell it official? Cough.
OFSHIL.
By Elon Musk.
It's official.
Alone, like you are alone. Musk.
Man, if they messed up on the verification process for this, I'm about to go broke buying blue check marks.
They're gonna freaking merge with truthers or whatever.
Oh, I'll leave it
Yeah, that thing doesn't make any money either.
So
It's not supposed to. It's a propaganda machine.
Yeah, but it's gonna die soon.
on the comment of Stephen King's blue checkmark thing, because I remember this. Someone responded to his tweet and said that the only reason he was relevant is because he had a blue check mark, and without it, no one would know who he was. Forgetting Stephen King. Yeah.
This is where I'm convinced Elon Musk is a moron. Actually.
No, it wasn't from Elon Musk. It was from some rando.
Oh, okay.
Probably that worships Elon Musk, though. And they also had an NFT icon, I think. I don't know.
Yep, there we go.
Sounds right.
Confirmed.
But the guy that had a legendary career even before Twitter was even conceived. Yeah, that blue check mark's the only reason he's relevant.
Yeah, that's the writing that's relevant. Is his tweets, not his very long millions of books.
The obvious response to that is, boy, go read a book.
I mean, bare minimum, it came out the year my sister was, or the year my mom was pregnant with my sister. Because I remember mom was reading that book and stopped because apparently pregnancy really makes your paranoia go up. So reading a book filled with it was not a good plan.
Yeah, go to a horror section in any bookstore and throw a rock and you're going to hit a Stephen King book every single time.
That was actually something... Oh, go on.
No, like when Stephen King was like putting book after book out, I was on every single one of his titles growing up. So, yeah, don't disrespect the King.
Yeah, if you're gonna complain about Stephen King, there are many other things you could complain about.
Why
like,
does he have to explain what every woman's boobs look like?
Why can I not go to a horror section and find another author?
Dean Koontz and Stephen King. That's all you get.
Dean Koontz is over here taking over the mystery section. Stephen King is over here taking care of the horror section.
I like both of them, but pretty saturated.
I don't know. I kept moving Ted Cruz's books over there.
In the horror section. Nice.
They should put what is Trump's book, The Deal?
Who cares?
The
Deal.
Whatever. Art of the Deal.
The picture book.
We make deals
They need to
sometimes.
put that at least in fiction.
We're not political.
Young adult fiction, probably. Children's fiction.
All right.
All right, so are we back on? We're done bashing Twitter because we could do that all night.
We really could.
This would be an 8-hour show. This is going to be our extra live stream. Us just talking shit about Elon Musk and Twitter. I did have one. People are making a big deal out of this story, but PlayStation Plus, since they revamped everything back in June, has lost a total of about 1.9 million subscribers. Now, that sounds like a lot. But let's take some things into consideration. First of all, before that number fell, their subscription was at 47.3 million. So it didn't drop much. But also, what is going on right now? We're all able to go back outside and touch grass and not cough on each other and kill each other. So yes, when at the height of this, I think I was buying every expansion out there, playing the crap out of Destiny. Games, give me games. The game industry was going nuts during this time. You couldn't find a system on the shelves. So this is normal. I didn't even think about that. But when I announced this on the show, they were going to this premium, which you can stream games. I went for the maximum one. I play games. Bring it on. Especially now I have a digital PS5, so I have to like stream a lot of games. I didn't realize I was paying $120 yearly for it, though. Which kind of puts things... It puts things in perspective.
It's $10 a month.
That's 2 games.
But it's also when I think about like how much money I spent on toys at the end of the year.
Oh yeah.
It's an uncomfortable number, but I'm ready to move on from it already.
And it's dope. That's how I'm streaming God of War 1.
Nice.
And it's fun, but also like I have another angle on it. Those numbers are going to climb back as people are able to get PS5s.
Mm-hmm.
One day.
Yeah, like a lot of us, I gave up my membership temporarily waiting on the PS5, and then I signed into my brother's because he has a PS5, so he signed into my PS4 because you can have one of each so that I could play God of War.
But also to give you a perspective of how many games we were buying, like at the height of the pandemic, game sales this year went down 13.9 million.
For 3-month period.
Yeah, so That's a lot, but you got to consider we were all trapped. And some of us kept our sanity by running through several games at a time, and some that we've even played before. This is what we were prepared for this.
Other ones
Introverts
of us didn't keep our sanity.
Introvert gamers were ready to roll.
Keep.
So yeah, don't think anything of it. It's still a very large subscriber base for PlayStation Plus, and honestly, I feel like I've been getting my money's worth out of it because there's been a lot of great things to download, and about to play through Fallout 4 again.
And God of War comes out on Wednesday.
God of War comes out on Wednesday.
Just bought that sucker, so yeah. We got anything else we need to shoehorn in? We are getting towards the end of the show.
No show next. Well, maybe a show next week. I don't know if you guys are gonna do it. We're not gonna be here.
Oh yeah, y'all are going to be doing the wedding thing.
Yeah.
We have
Not to each other.
2 more shows until we close out for the season and enjoy our holidays. One thing going on this weekend is Retro Expo over at the Plano Event Center. It is going on Saturday and Sunday. This is I can't even say it's a small event. They pack a lot in the Plano Event Center. Lot of vendors. Lot of vendors. A lot of really cool stuff. Cora and I hit every table up, and it was well worth the trip for some of the finds that you beat me out on the finds. That's like twice. We went to that toy show, and she got some vintage D&D books.
One vintage D&D book.
And she brought it so we could all look at it.
Because they were vintage and expensive. But and then at the Retro Expo last time, you found the game that you have lamented and talked about. So you've actually had more luck at the shows I've taken you to. And I think it's more of I just have so much stuff. Like it's a challenge to find something that I need.
Aww.
But no, it should be a fun event. Anthony Daniels is going to be one of the guests there.
Ooh.
I know. He is the man. And lots of other guests, especially from the 80s. I'm going to be dressing up as an 80s character, so it's going to be awesome. But Retro Expo, if you go to their site right now, the tickets are like $12, Vice being 15, and you can pick them up locally. I went to a new toy shop in the area called Fan Fortress to buy some figures today, and I noticed that you can pick up your passes there.
Where was it? Is it cool?
It's up in Allen. It's a small store, but the prices were very fair. The prices were MSRP.
Ooh.
Where is it?
It is up in Allen. I don't have the address right now, but I can provide it later. It's on Main Street in Allen. It's a small store. They finally got like signs up letting you know it's there. But he'll also be one of the vendors at Retro Expo this weekend.
Ooh.
So definitely a show worth checking out, and hopefully we'll see you guys over there. In the meantime, of course, go to supercoolnerdshow.com if you want to check out our last D&D session that played out over this weekend. It is posted already. It was a hell of a battle.
I thought I was going to kill all of them.
People were dropping left and right.
Dropping.
Woo! Boy, the healer was working overtime. Go check that out at the website. Of course, any stories you want to find there. Of course, you can like this video and subscribe to us. But if you want to follow us personally, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at JasonTheX.
Me on Twitter and Instagram at BetterCat.
Me on Twitter and Instagram at CorodonoArt.
Me on Twitter and Instagram at The Good Cast. And little tip for you, don't let your friends fireball you.
Yeah.
Didn't go well.
Oh yeah.
Azra.
I was like checking her for eyebrows. Like, wait a minute.
It didn't go well.
No.
Azra.
You know what? At least Christian asked first.
Yeah.
And of course, you can follow us on the socials at SCNSlive.com. That's it for us, guys. We will see you later, as we always say around here. Keep on nerding.